Two things are going to come out of this podcast. One, we're going to be canceled, and two, we're probably going to get divorced from our wives.
So fucking inappropriate. So fucking inappropriate.
It's like crying, just jerking into an empty hole. What the fuck? Jerking into an empty hole. Jerking into an empty hole.
So fucking inappropriate.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time again for that top 10 list you don't give a fuck about by two guys you really don't give a fuck about.
All right, we are back again for another episode, and this time we are going to go top 10 chicks you would have kids with if masturbating to video/pictures of them got them pregnant.
That's right. We're inviting all the freaks from across the street out on this one.
I did not end the last episode with a Marry, Fuck, Kill, so I guess I'll just...
I think it was long.
Yeah, the last one was long. I hope you all listen to that one. But let's go ahead and start this oddball one off with a Marry, Fuck, Kill, and I'm going to drag it from the last one. So you brought up somebody that I said I need to research the conspiracy theory. Katy Perry. So we're going to put Katy Perry in this one. We're going to put John Benet Ramsey's mother, not John Benet Ramsey.
I was going to say, dear God, dude.
John Benet Ramsey's mother. And then we're going to throw in, because she seems to be a recurring person, Liv Tyler.
Wow.
You can't say you're going to kill John Benet's mother, because that's just unfair.
Why is that unfair?
Because they already lost their daughter.
Then they're used to the pain.
That's fair. Okay.
That's so wrong. God damn. But if the conspiracy's true, then I'm killing her daughter.
You know, there's no killing daughters. We said the mother, not the daughter. The daughter.
I know, but
okay.
If the conspiracy's true and I kill Katy Perry...
Okay. I got you.
That family's losing somebody, dude. Tyler's getting married again. It's Liv Tyler. Wow. All right, we're off in the mom and Katy Perry's again tonight, I guess.
Okay. Yep, often the mother. Sorry, Mr. Ramsey or whatever you changed your name to. I am going to actually fuck Liv Tyler this time. Normally I would have her in the married category, but this time I'm just going to fuck her, and then I'm going to marry Katy Perry for no other reason than I just think Katy Perry is really fucking hot. So, which brings us to our list. She's not on my list though. But
no, Katy Perry's not on my list.
I'm going to throw it to you. Give us number 10 on the top 10 women that you would have kids with if masturbating got them pregnant.
Number 10 is going to be Jennifer Connelly. God, dude, ever since the first film I saw her in was a movie called Dark City. And she played opposite of Rufus Sewell, kind of a psychological type. And I just damn, this girl's hot. And I ended up going down to find every movie and scenario about Jennifer Connelly I could find for, a little bit. And there was a few played out scenarios for that one. All I can say is, if that's the stipulations and rules, when it gets to the number one on my list, I'm just going to throw out there, I would have enough kids to probably start a city at that point off my number one.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I would have enough kids to start a city with 10 through 1. So just each one of them I would have. My number 10 actually is a porn star. Okay.
And I don't have a single porn star on my list.
I actually have 2. Okay. And I think at least one of them, probably this one, is the one that you're going to know, because I think she's pretty famous. If you would have typed in the porn search bar, or even probably Google at this point, I deep throat. Do you know what person comes up? I deep throat. No. A girl named Heather Brooke. Remember that? Aha. She was the ideal throat girl. Yes. Man, could she suck a dick, but there also, if you watched enough of her videos, she would involve the guy too, and then sometimes those other girls. I masturbated so much of that bitch. Good God almighty. If I was getting paid for sperm donation, I would be a rich man right now. I would definitely have a lot of kids. So Heather Brooke is my number 10.
Wow.
Look her up, guys. Look her up. She's still hot. Well, the videos then were hot. I don't know if she is now.
All mine are actresses. It's so fucking weird.
Okay. Wait, hold on. You don't have anybody in real life like that you actually know? They're all like celebrities.
For sheer quantity, yeah.
Wow. All right.
I mean,
Well,
it'd be kind of weird if, I had to put on there, like the lady who does my wife's hair or some shit like that.
Hey, man, maybe that's the case. I don't know.
Which, anyone knows my wife, she does her own hair. So anyway.
There you go.
But I've had sex with her, so can't really make the list. Anyway, Isla Fisher is my number 9. And I don't know if people are going to know who that is.
I don't. I'm looking her up.
Um,
Isla?
Yeah, ISLA.
Spell it one more time.
ISLA Fisher.
Fisher. There we go. Fisher right there.
One of the more modern things she was in was
Oh.
the movies Now You See Me.
Yeah, I know her. Yeah, she's hot as shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough said, I guess.
Completely understand.
I've always kind of had a thing for redheads, and that is one beautiful fucking redheaded woman.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how she married Sacha Baron Cohen, I don't fucking know. But whatever.
Teach their own, man. All right.
Yeah.
My number 9. I said I had 2 porn stars. This is not a porn star, but I also do have a real person, somebody that I know on my list. This is a truthful list.
Don't
so
say your mom. Don't say
when
your
we
mom.
get to it, I will discuss it. But this person is not. However, oddly enough, this person also shares my daughter's name, not spelled the same. The singer Aaliyah. Do you remember who Aaliyah is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Queen of the Damned.
I had a fucking thing for that
Queen
girl.
of the Damned. Yeah.
And I probably shed a tear when I found out she died, because I loved her music, I loved her acting, but good Lord, did I love her body. And when at that age, I thought I still had a chance of actually getting with her. But I masturbated so many times to Aaliyah, good Lord. Not my daughter, again, not the same Aaliyah.
Oh, God. I hope not. Anyway. Wow. No, she was the one who passed. Yeah, she died. But she was in The Queen of the Damned. If I remember, yeah.
She's in a couple things, but yeah, she was.
That's a beautiful woman, without a doubt.
Oh, God, yes.
My number 8 is Liv Tyler, dude.
Hey!
Like, Armageddon. I mean, Lord of the Rings. Jersey Girl. She's just a beautiful woman all the way around, dude. I don't know. She has kind of that sweet girl next door that's never really the girl next door kind of feel to her. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah.
So with these so far, at least the ones that we've gotten to, video or pictures, both? Do you recall? I mean, like mine, obviously, one of them was a video because it was porn.
Right.
But
Right. Oh, see, not a lot of these girls have done, I don't know, a lot of posing and nudity scenes on stage. Does that count?
yeah, hey, I've been there, done that.
Some of these guys, I spent, a long time on the Mr. Skin website looking at some of those nude shots.
All right. Brings me to my number 8. And may know her from Dawson's Creek. Did you ever watch that show as a teenager?
No, but I think I know who you're talking about.
Which one do you think it is? Because there's 2 girls on the show, and it seemed like everybody else was drawn to the other one.
Oh, shit. She married Tom Cruise later.
Katie Holmes.
Yes.
Most
That's who I was
people
thinking of.
Most boys that I knew were drawn to the other girl, which she was hot too. I can't remember her name, but me, I had a thing for Katie Holmes.
I never really watched Dawson's Creek. I think my girlfriend, now my wife at the time, did, but I never really got into Dawson's Creek. just wasn't.
I watched some pretty gay shit when I was a kid, apparently.
My number 7's gonna throw back, and that's Christina Applegate.
Oh, okay.
That I don't know. That just willing to do anything girl from Married with Children. I don't know what to tell you. That was where it really kind of clicked for me at that point. And then, but she's been in movies and other TV shows, but she never has not really been a pretty woman or a beautiful woman at that point. But yeah, that I don't know. Something about her in those younger years was just, and I don't know. I guess it was probably the time of life I was in. She had some kind of slutty ass dressing in Married with Children that just kind of sparked that shit.
I don't know how
had that raisable urge. You know what I'm saying,
dude? I don't know how Al, Bud, Darcy, the neighbor, or I think his name was Darcy.
Oh,
any of those guys.
Darcy was the neighbor. You're talking about Steve. How the fuck was Steve not banging the neighbor? That is such a wrong thing.
But seriously, all of the guys on that cast, how the fuck did they not? Nothing came out that they were having sexual relations. Because I know I fucking would have.
But here's the thing, okay? Like when you look at that cast and you look at who all was on that cast, they were all pretty close knit. As far as, and when I say pretty close knit, as far as, because there's been a lot of interviews about that, and Ed, what is his name? He played Al. Ed, I can't think of the actor's name. I think it starts with Ed.
I can't remember his name, but we know who you're talking about, Al.
All right, you know who we're talking about. He went on to play in Modern Family, I think, later on down the line. But he even talked about that a little bit. He was like, he said she acted very well, but there were times she was shy about it. And he goes, at that point, he goes, when you look at it as such an age difference, and he goes, we were worried more about whether we were getting canceled week to week for what we were doing on that show. He goes, we could barely get picked up, and we were pushing limits and lines of sarcasm and what we could do on that, and how we could, he goes, my lines alone, just the vulgarity of it in certain aspects, that was hidden. And, he goes, eventually it just was more like, I just looked at her as my daughter more than I looked at her. He goes, there was no way I was ever going to look at her in that manner. He goes, no. And he made a comment at one point that the guy who ended up playing Steve in the later seasons, it wasn't the guy who started playing Steve in the beginning. When they would go out and she would be recognized and she would start getting hit on and catcalled and some rude things being said, he goes, they were just like, no, you don't fucking talk about our girl that way. And it was more like our daughter that way. He goes, it became more of a protective thing. I never heard any interviews from Bud's side of it, but I'm guessing he was probably at some point trying to smack. Because if I'd have been playing Bud, and that was who was supposed to be my sister, I would probably have been hitting on her hardcore offset.
He was in there masturbating to.
I guarantee that. I guarantee there was 3 seasons of DNA in his trailer that could have. They could have filmed 4 different CSI shows off of that shit. And what am I saying? I put enough DNA out on this list to film the rest of CSI's entire lifespan because they're never shutting that fucking show down. I mean, dear God, do not go back to my first apartment to this day and turn on a black light. It's going to look like a goddamn massacre. There's entire civilizations that died in that apartment.
Moving on, we are going to do a Marry, Fuck, Kill with the 3 that we've listed. So you do your 3, I will do my 3. We'll start with you.
See, I got 4 out there already.
We'll do the bottom 3, 8 through 10.
Oh, God. That's fucking unfair. That is funny. All right. So, because Liv's in there. I'm not marrying Liv this. I've married Liv every single time she's come up. So I'm going to have to kill Connolly. Sorry. I had a lot of fun there. But I'm fucking her to death, so I'm still getting fun.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to take my night with Liv, obviously. I'm going to marry Isla.
Okay. All right.
I mean, she was in Now You See Me, so it's got to be magical at some point. I'm just saying,
I am going to kill Heather Brooke after fucking her to death as well. She's done enough porn. She's had enough come inside of her, so I'm just going to go ahead and off her. I'm going to fuck the holy hell out of Katie Holmes, and then Aaliyah died way too soon, so I am marrying that beautiful woman and having a different named child because I don't want a name. All right, there's our first marry, fuck, kill for this. Oh, second actually. But number 7 for me, this is probably someone that no one even knows. Maybe you do. Anna Kournikova. She was a tennis player, and she was not very good at tennis, but good fucking Lord did she look good playing
She
it.
looked good playing it,
She
right?
was on the, I remember I had a Sports Illustrated. I can't remember if she was on the cover or if she was the centerfold or something. I think it was the cover. But that fucking thing had sticky stains all fucking over it. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Anna Kournikova, my number 7.
Yeah, I remember her. I remember she was definitely a cute girl, cute woman. My number 6 is Sandra Bullock.
Okay.
The movie Speed's what set that one off for me, man. Don't know why it was the movie Speed.
Were you masturbating really fast?
Nah, just right at 55 mile an hour. Had to keep it between 55 and 60. Oh shit. But yeah, I don't know. She still has that. Are there prettier women out there? Probably. I mean, obviously, I guess in certain aspects. I don't know. I was just going through that whole time, dude, and different girls hit different ways, and she stuck on me for several months. I started
One way or another.
I started looking up every movie she may have had a nip slip in, and just going and getting everything possible at that point. Like, I was 19 with a Blockbuster membership. I was going like everywhere I possibly could.
That's your number 6.
Number 6.
Okay. My number 6, I think she's been brought up before. Actually, I know she has. Tyra Banks. And Mom, just go ahead and mute the next, I'd say, 30 seconds. My mother used to get Victoria's Secrets in the mail every week or whatever it was. I would take those bitches before she even knows she had them, and especially if they had Tyra Banks.
Oh, dude, your mom was not touching that.
No, I never gave it back to her. I took it.
You kept that on your bed like a decent human being. Then.
Yeah. I jerked off to Tyra Banks so many times that there were holes, and yeah. On a later top 10, we're going to get to some embarrassing things, and that's going to come back up. Number 6, Tyra Banks. What's your number 5? We're in top 5.
Yeah, we're in the top 5 already. This is going to be a faster list. Kind of weirdly fitting. It's Halle Berry for me.
Oh, okay.
As soon as you say Halle Berry, I just think of Swordfish. That sunbathing, just laying there in all of her goddamn gorgeous beauty. I mean, Halle Berry's always been a beautiful woman. I can't think of any movies that really ugly her up. And they tried in a couple, and it just never really worked for me. I never really thought it worked. Even Gothica, they kind of tried to paint her up as kind of a, stressed out, uglier down. Like, no, she's psycho. I'd still go in there at least once. I don't care how frazzled that bitch looks. But yeah, dude, Swordfish was one of those movies where sent me down another rabbit hole of every freaking film or picture I could find of her as nude as she could possibly be willing to expose herself at, and there was a massive fascination there for the longest time. I mean, like I said, Catwoman was a terrible movie, but that skin tight suit was still good as shit looking on her. So,
speaking of skin tight suits, this one is going to ring a bell to you. Stephanie McMahon, the daughter of Vince McMahon, owner of previous owner of WWF/WWE, currently married to Paul Levesque, that fucking bastard.
Well, it's all about the game and how you play it.
I think they have 3 kids.
Yes,
One of
I
those are
believe so.
probably mine because that's literally how much I jerked off to Stephanie McMahon. Videos, pictures, whatever I could find of Steph. That was, yeah.
Yep, saw her pay for that blossoming up at one point that she was made fun of so many times, and she kind of got the best attributes of mom and dad. You know, I mean, Shane is almost Vince Jr. in a way, but she got the best of mom and dad on that one as far as that goes. I agree. Stephanie is she's a very good looking woman, and she's aged very well for her up to her current standard of time.
All the best.
But
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, Stephanie was, dude. I remember that storyline where they got married in the drive-through wedding chapel and shit.
I was so bad, dude. I was so fucking because I already liked her at that point. I'm like, oh, because she was with
Test.
Yeah, she was with Test.
Yes,
and I was a fan of Test, and I was like, oh, all right, fine.
Yes.
But then that happened. I was so mad. That's my beginning of my hatred for Triple H.
It's a little morbid, but the point where I was like, gosh, she's still hot as shit was when she was being crucified by the Undertaker.
Oh God, yeah. She did look good up on that cross.
Jesus Christ, it's not even right. But I mean, not that I was reveling in her pain. I was just like, God damn, she still looks good up there. So number 4 is one that most people aren't going to get. And this was shortly after I left home. I started just renting random movies. And I rented a film called Species.
Okay.
Natasha Henstridge is in that film. And she's basically an alien. And the whole movie is her massive need to breed. And yes. Okay. And look her up from the Species movie.
I'm looking her up here, and she looks pretty.
Dear God, and it was like a reverse. The whole movie was weird. It was a reverse thing where the men thought they were getting lucky, but ended up they had the baby that just burst out of their stomach within like minutes of after having sex and shit. It was just the weirdest fucking shit. And then they were like cocooned in the back of this wherever they had sex at.
I think I remember that movie.
And the amount of her breast you see in that film and the way she walked and as seductive as she was, I was as a 19-year-old young man, I bought the film after renting it because it was going to have an asinine amount of late fees from the amount of times I made deposits to that film, so to speak. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Before I break my top 4, let's do another Marry, Fuck, Kill. I'm going to take the even numbers so far. So your 6, 8, and 10.
Ooh.
Restate what they are so people know.
Well, that would be Sandra Bullock, Liv Tyler, and Jennifer Connelly. So that one's going to be. That's going to be a little bit simpler. Bullock's going.
Where's what?
Bullock is getting killed this time.
Wow, okay.
I'm not killing Jennifer twice. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. And Liv's going to get married again.
Okay.
I think it's my 9th marriage to Liv at this point. You would think after 8 divorces, I'm still going back to her every fucking time. I'm like Beetlejuice. You say Liv Tyler, and I'm like, what?
Well, shit.
I married her 8 times before, had a pretty good fucking time there, and every fucking time I keep coming back. Anyway. So yeah, I'll still get my night with Jennifer, I guess.
All right. Well, my number 10 came up again, and I'm going to have to kill her again. But I've got Tyra Banks, Katie Holmes, and Heather Brooke. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I am going to go ahead and let Heather Brooke deep throat, and then I'm going to blow her brains out. I am going to fuck Tyra Banks, and I'm going to marry Katie Holmes, because I think out of those, Katie is probably the most marriage material. Tyra, I think, is going to be too high maintenance, but I still.
Yeah, but now you're dealing with that Scientology bullshit she went through.
No, that was Cruz. she was just involved because of him. No.
Still,
me
so
and
you
her
think
can
that
have-
didn't mess her up a little bit?
Me and her can go down a flat Earth. Fucking
Flat Earth run.
yeah.
We'll
We'll find.
disappear into the center of the earth. And
There we go.
live in-
Yeah, there we go.
live
We're going to
in
find Argatha.
Agartha or whatever.
Yeah. So there's my answer.
Jeez. So
Number
you're number
four?
4.
My number 4.
You're number 4.
Okay, so I was surprised. I don't know why I was surprised. I guess I shouldn't have been that you didn't have anybody that you actually know on your list. Number 4 is somebody I actually know. By chance she's listening. Hey. And don't worry, Erica. I don't know her anymore. This is in high school.
By chance, if she's listening, he'll call you if he gets off ass.
This person, her name is Cassandra. I won't say her last name. Her name was Cassandra. And I went to high school with her. She was a grade ahead of me. And I joined yearbook specifically as a sophomore specifically because I wanted to be like closer to her because I just thought she was fucking so gorgeous. She knew it. Everybody else knew. I had a girlfriend at the time. Sorry, Valerie. But okay, so here is where it gets weird and shows more of my perversion. I would have going back to yearbook. You remember yearbooks? Did you have yearbooks in school? You did, right? I'm assuming.
Homeschooled from 3rd grade all the way up.
Do you know what a yearbook is?
Yes, my kids have yearbooks.
Okay,
yes.
your kids have yearbooks. Okay, so they're on each page is the class. Well, because I wanted to masturbate to Cassandra, but I didn't have any pictures of her, I used the yearbook. However, I didn't want to like get a visual of any of the people around her because most of them were dudes. So I took a.
Dude, that's like a picture the size of your thumbnail.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Holy
matter.
Shit.
I took a piece of notebook paper and I cut a perfect square around where her picture would fall, and it covered the rest of them. And then I went to town, and I kept that specific picture or that specific
piece of paper.
Yeah, piece of paper in the notebook
for repeat uses.
For repeat uses, because, like I said, she would have many of my children if masturbating to pictures of her got her pregnant. I did get better pictures of her when I was in when I was in the yearbook class with her. So,
oh my god, dude! Like next thing you know, you're hiding in her closet and shit. And then, like, if she ever does listen, I'm just gonna go on record and be like, my darkest conveniences for what you're hearing, because these are the opinions of one host, not necessarily condoned by the other. Be flattered. You were like,
yeah, really, be flattered. You should be flattered.
It should be a compliment to a degree, and to your wife, you won. I don't know what to tell you. You got.
You did.
You're.
I don't have to masturbate
You won.
to you.
Not saying he doesn't in the shower 3 times a week already, but. Oh jeez. Oh man, top 3. Top 3. Why am I apologizing for you?
I don't know. Just keep it going though.
Eliza Dushku.
Okay.
Man, the show that set that one kind of off for me was Dollhouse. And this is kind of telling because I was married when that came out. And she was also in a film called The New Guy. And something about seeing her wear a handkerchief or a bandana as a shirt was tantalizing, to say the least. If you haven't seen The New Guy, it's worth it just for her.
The Dollhouse movie, I haven't think I've seen that though.
Dollhouse was a show. It was a show on Fox for a while.
All right, definitely haven't seen that.
It was a Joss Whedon show. So if you like shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or
for different reasons, but
Allison Hannigan, or if you liked, once again, the show I really like, Firefly. Those were all Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon also went on to do a lot of the early on Marvel films.
Okay.
And he had another show called Dollhouse. And Dollhouse, the premise of that was you signed your life away for 5 years. You were put in stasis, where they take the memories from your brain and they keep them in like a computer bank. And then they programmed you for whatever your need for that day was. So if someone needed to hire a high-end escort, they programmed her to be a high-end escort for a party. They programmed her to be an assassin. They programmed her to be whatever. And the problem is, the farther the show went on, she realized that when the job was over and they quote unquote wiped her memory and wiped her skills, they weren't necessarily all coming away. And she was gaining skills from every job she did. And she was slowly starting to remember her time there. Very kind of cool, almost conspiracy theory-ish type show. Very cool. I think it went like a season and a half, maybe 2 seasons. It was. This was back when Fox was running shows for a season or two and then kicking them to the curb and running another show and then kicking it to the curb. And this was one of those I really wish it would have continued. The story was so good, dude.
Like it
was phenomenal show. But it really kind of opened her range of acting, which kind of just made her even more attractive to me.
Understandable.
There's a few names I'm kind of surprised I didn't make this list with, but she was definitely going on it.
Yeah. She probably would have been 12 or 13 on my list. So you said something that made me realize. You said that this was when your wife, or since you've been with your wife. So none of these, except for the one that I'm about to mention, have I masturbated to since I've been with my wife. These are all prior to my wife that I would have impregnated them. But this next one I have since, and she knows it. And it's another porn star. So
wow, porn star made your top 3.
Top 3, because I have looked, dude. When I say I have come in my hand so much that she would have at least 5 of my kids, I am not exaggerating. I'm probably understating. No one's going to know her. At least I don't think so. But and I don't know what her real name is. Carrie Cummings. There is a specific video, and my wife is aware of this one because she actually went out and bought scrubs, matching scrubs to wear to fulfill said fantasy. But she is getting ready to go to work in the porn, and she must be a nurse or something because she's wearing these light blue scrubs. But she wants to get her guy off first, and she goes to town with her mouth, and then she hops on it. She's got these amazing boob. I'm not even a boob guy, but she has this amazing rack. Gorgeous, gorgeous woman. Not as beautiful as my wife, but I have masturbated many a times to Carrie Cummings.
See, that's the funny part, man. Like, there would only be one porn star that would make the list if I threw it on there, you know. And most of the time, when I tell people her name, like, who? You know, it's just. But like, I guess it would have to be honorable mention for her, but it would be Chasey Lane. And most people don't know who that is.
Chasey Lane? Yes. I'm probably gonna look her up like, oh yeah, I know who that
is. She's been in a song. But yeah.
53 years old?
Yeah, she's not a newer.
He Got Game. All right, so Chasey Lane, huh? Oh, but that's just an honorable mention. That's not even.
Yeah, that's not number 2. That would just be the honorable mention if I was putting a porn star on the list.
I took it literal. Like, I put it in the list of the 10 girls that I've masturbated most to, and 2 of them are porn stars.
You know, like. In the overall grand scheme of things, like as far as that particular solo act goes, it's just type of porn at that point for me. It's like I don't follow 1 or 2 particular like porn stars that I just have to see everything they're in type shit.
Yeah.
So that's really hard to narrow down. Like if it was porn genres, then that would be a whole nother list that I would not want to make or necessarily confess to. I don't know, and it's just, and the bad part is it just depending on the day depends on what I would go for in that situation. Like I don't really go back to like 1 or 2 certain videos that I just have to. I was never the guy that owned that one special, you know, porn movie type
Yeah.
deal. Now that being said, I do have. Hang on. 3 porns at my house.
Actual discs.
One of them is actual disc.
Okay.
And all 3 of them have been banned in over 30 countries, and that's the only reason I owe them. Okay? I have never pleasured myself to them because the context and content is disturbing in my opinion. And I only own them because they're banned and because they are highly sought after. The one I own in physical form is a pirated copy that I have been offered a lot of money for.
You're not coming off of it just because you want to hold on to it?
Yeah, not a lot of people have it.
All right. It's a different stance.
It is a
but all right.
pirated copy. I was offered over $100 for it.
Okay.
And I'm like, why would you want to own that? And they're like, the same reason you own it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not pulling this out to watch at all. Like,
You got to preface when you're talking about money, because you said a lot of money. $100 is a lot of money to some people. But I immediately go to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
no. If
sitting
it
here
was
thinking
hundreds
you
of
have
thousands of dollars, I would have
pirated-
sold that.
Yeah, okay, good. See, that's...
So, oh yeah, I'd have sold that in a heartbeat.
Okay,
If we were,
all right.
if we were talking over $1,000, I'd have sold it. Okay.
all right.
In a heartbeat, because I got it for like $40, and I'll go get another pirated copy for $40. You better believe, yeah.
Okay.
But it's not traditional porn.
Okay.
Okay, like what I have is hentai, and there are so many fucking freaks in that realm.
It's like anime,
my
right?
god, yeah.
Okay.
Well, hentai is animated, is Japanese animated porn.
Okay.
It's not just anime.
Yeah, right.
That's like saying, the '90s Batman cartoon is porn. No, there's a big difference between, yeah. This is just straight up, yeah. So, and it's just, it's just in my collection. It sits there, but I'm not putting anything out to that shit because it's definitely. But I have 3, and I take it back. 2 of them are banned. 1 is not. It's just or one of them is banned, but not as in many countries.
Oh.
It's just weird, dude. It's more owning it as a badge of I have it than it really is anything I would do anything to. That's what's crazy. So, all right. So top 2 then. We are to the top 2 now that I feel like an absolute pervert for owning shit now. I have weird obsessions, people. Number 2. Here's a little bit more of a throwback again. You kind of almost have to be a 90s kid to appreciate, in my opinion, Alicia Silverstone. Alicia Silverstone, and the funny thing is obviously she played Batgirl. Phenomenal. The first time I really got her put on my radar was a movie called Blast from the Past, where she played opposite of Brendan Fraser.
Uh-huh.
And I went down the rabbit hole again of every film I could get from her at that point. But she is that, she almost comes off with that sweet high school girl vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
A Drew Barrymore-ish kind of thing.
Yeah, but
Or were you
a
saying
little bit more preppy than Drew
Okay.
Barrymore,
All right.
I guess. And that's not taking anything like from Drew.
Yeah.
Drew's the girl I would go get from down the street, and we would go hang out at the creek, at the lake all day, and like fuck in the woods before we come home type shit, right? Like that kind of ride or die girl that seems like she'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Alicia Silverstone is more the girl I got to take to the movies and, the dinner type. She's not going to be kind of down for the whole. Each one has their definitely great qualities, just, different.
Okay. That's fair. Mine, actually, let's do another Marry, Fuck, Kill. Again, using the same list. Let's do three through 5.
Oof. Yeah.
Got to marry one, fuck one, and kill
That's
one.
Elijah, Natasha, and Hallie. Really? That's holy shit.
Oh fuck! I just realized what mine was.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna kill that high school girl off, ain't
Yep, sure am. Sorry.
Gotta get you some brownie points for on the way home. Because when your wife hears this, she's gonna be like, "You said what?" I killed her in like the next statement. Oh, jeez. Oh man.
Would you like me to go
I
first?
guess we're killing Eliza.
Oh.
I don't like that. I'm taking my night with Hallie and I'm marrying Natasha.
Any reasoning behind it? Just that's what we're going with.
Secretly, I always wondered what it'd be like to be with a black girl. So I'm going to definitely take the Hallie night. Elijah, no real reason. I'm marrying Natasha because strictly I know how seductive she could be from that movie. And she shares a name with Black Widow.
Hey.
It is all petty reasoning. I'm not taking it too seriously here.
I did say 3, 4, and 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got Carrie Cummings, the porn star, Cassandra, I almost said her last name, Cassandra, the girl I went to high school with, and Stephanie McMahon, Helmsley. Yes, I am going to have to kill Cassandra. It's the one that I actually know, so I think it is probably the most proper thing to do is kill her. I'm going to fuck her too. So I'm going to kill Cassandra, and I am going to fuck the porn star Carrie, and then I'm going to say fuck you, Triple H, and I'm going to marry Stephanie McMahon.
Be brother husbands.
Hey, whatever. Yeah,
I'm
down. I'm down. Yep. So, my infatuation with Cassandra was in high school. I don't know what she looks like to this day, but I do know Carrie and Stephanie. So, Cassandra's dead, and I'm gonna fuck Carrie and marry Steph. Yep, I'm sticking to it. All right. So 2 for me. It is my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
2. Oops, I did it again. Britney Spears. Shut up. I had, not only did I have her CD, I don't care what people think of me. I listen to a lot of things. I watch a lot of things. Just stop it. Well, I had her CD, but I also had a picture of her literally taped on my headboard that I'm not ashamed to say I would kiss every once in a while, but I would also masturbate to, and the CD, the album, because good God, Britney was fucking hot.
I mean, she had an appeal to a lot of young men at that point in time, man. I can't say a whole lot. I mean, we all have our own preferences, and there's way worse out there, I guess.
I didn't like Christina Aguilera, and because I like Britney so much, but until I saw her video with Redman, the rapper, I can't remember, Dirty, I think it was, and then I was like, oh shit, I've been missing out. But by that time, I was way ahead on.
See, when it comes to like the musician run, it would have been Shakira for me.
Right.
Like, it was, yeah. See,
but those two, they were Disney. They were like head to head, so that's why I was bringing it up.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Christina and Britney ran head to head, but for me, it was like there was a sleeper cell in the background that was Shakira for me, man. I
don't get it too.
I never went all the way through, but I mean, I get it. I understand why she's on that list. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I've listened to. I had my phase where I listened to every bit of music, dude. Like, I owned an NSYNC album at one point. Fucking, I don't know why, but I did. I've owned pop albums, rap albums. I have way more rock and alt rock albums than I've owned anything else. And but yeah, I mean, I get it. I've listened to every genre of music. The only one I don't consistently go back to is country. I'm very selective on what I listen to in country. I'm very selective on what I listen to in rap, but I still listen to basically every genre. I mean, shit, and occasionally I'll jump in the car and throw Beethoven on the way to work. There's just different moods and different days, man.
And you only masturbate to a few of them.
Yeah, Symphony No. 5, absolutely. There's that crescendo at the end is the perfect spot to paint a dashboard. The way that violin sings. Jeez. All right, so we're off the top number one, man.
I'm looking over at your list and I can see you number one.
Oh, dude,
that's a good one.
And here's I'll tell you something funny about this one. I have never seen nude pics of this woman.
I haven't either.
This is purely imagination at its finest. My number one is Danielle Fishel. For everyone else, it's Topanga from Boy Meets World. I have spent way too many nights. That was a go-to for years, actually. And when they came out with the remake, Girl Meets World, which was Corey and Topanga's daughter, and she came back to play the mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all those feelings came right back with her. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I was like, damn, not only did she age well, but she got hotter. Yeah. Dude, like it was
Yep. I respect that. I think that's a lot of boys.
Yeah, dude, that one, and I realized that was a lot of boys. Like that was a lot. But she just struck me as dateable. Like if I knew her, I almost felt like I would have a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like probably did not have whatsoever. Probably did not. Yep. But I just felt like if I had gone to that school, I would have had a legit shot. And she captivated me on a couple different levels as far as that goes. But for me to be able to say that my imagination could pick up all the way over where like no real visual cues like were there, that puts her right on number one for me, man. That's a funny one, but because a lot of people are like, well, you had to. No, she had the whole scene played out in my head.
Respect. I definitely understand that. All right. Well, my number one is someone, again, that we've brought up on this podcast previously. I don't know if I shared this story or not, but in my bedroom as a young boy, teenager, I had posters all over the wall. I had Emmett Smith, because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I had Britney Spears on my headboard, as I said. I had Yasmin Belief poster. It's a girl from Baywatch. But over my bed, and it was over my bed for a reason, was a picture of Jenny McCarthy. She had some silver little leather, pleather, whatever, shorts on, and I believe it was a white bikini top. And it was over my bed, like I said, for a reason. Jenny McCarthy.
I was waiting for that name. I figured it had to be up there.
Well, yeah, it's definitely up there. Yeah, I still remember that poster. Like I said, the silver shorts, Jenny McCarthy. Whew.
You know, it's like, fair enough, man. I can't really. She does quite frequently, I'm guessing. Yeah. But Donnie, she went for Donnie,
right?
Yeah, dude, I get it. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Jenny was one of those. She's iconic, you know, for several reasons, but. Like Jenny she was another one that almost had that she was gorgeous, but she still seemed very approachable.
Shoo, maybe to you. That one didn't seem approachable to me.
Well, I mean, as far as those kind of, you know, supermodels and stuff goes, she never really had that over the top air about her. You know what I mean?
She was more cool. Like you see, like maybe approach her at a party or something. Yeah,
right,
okay,
right. You know, as far as like. If I was at a party and let's just say I saw Jenny McCarthy and let's go with another one from your list, Tyra Banks, I would feel way more comfortable walking up to Jenny than I would Tyra. And it has nothing, and it all has to do with Tyra has a essence about her, an air about her where almost as if she's going to grace you with her presence, not the other way around in that aspect. And Jenny just kind of has that. Not so much in that area, and there's advantages to both, but Yeah, I would definitely like, be able to walk past and be like, hey, Jenny, and like kind of, smile and wave or whatever. Whereas I would just walk past Tyra and be like, yep, that was Tyra Banks. I'm not saying shit to her, there's just kind of a difference in that status point, in my opinion, as far as that goes. But yeah, like Jenny was always kind of one of those like, yeah, that's Jenny. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that is our top 10 we have impregnated over the years from masturbating to them.
Jeez.
What a crazy list, but I wanted to do it because it brings back memories. No, I think it would be a good list to put out there.
Brings back memories. Gallons of cleaner. The death of boxes of tissues.
My mom's Cosmopolitans and Victoria's Secret magazines.
The amount of Jergens lotion that went through in that amount of time. Because if you're going to masturbate, make sure you're jerking with Jergens.
Exactly. Diddy has his lotions and stuff. We had our Jergens.
No Diddy. No Diddy. No Diddy.
All right. Throw me a Marry, Fuck, Kill. I think I did every one of them. So let's go ahead and end on a Marry, Fuck, Kill. But you have to give it. I never prepped you for this. I'm sorry.
No.
It's the best when it's off the top of the head.
Because at this point, I'm like, you want to just, do a would you rather? All right. So since we're going along because we kind of just stuck to the list the whole time. As far as
but
that
you
goes.
don't have to now. We can go off the list.
So let's go. Ugh. I'm drawing a blank after all that. I don't know why.
You want me to throw it out then?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to sit and make a list of this shit at some point.
I'm going to stick with the list, but I'm going to give it a little twist. So we're going to take my number 1, Jenny McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
However, she has no arms. So she's an amputee. You get everything about Jenny, just no arms. You don't even know who she is, but the high school girl, Cassandra. And then you get your number 1, except for she sounds like P. Diddy.
Oh, God.
She's nothing like P. Diddy. She just sounds like him. So your number 1, which is Topanga. My number 1, which is Jenny McCarthy with no arms. And then my high school infatuation, Cassandra.
So Cassandra's just whatever I happen to have her be in my head.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll go with that.
Oh, Lord.
Because I don't think I can look at a picture of her.
Don't still have that yearbook hanging around?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Because I guarantee you, the
My mom
day after
might.
your wife hears this, she's going to be in the attic. Where's that motherfucker at? You're going to come home from work and get hit in the head with a yearbook. Oh, kept that around, didn't you? Look what I found inside that piece of paper. You couldn't even cut straight lines in it. What, too horny to cut a straight line?
Little does she know I use my dick.
Just weirded out. You have a square dick.
I didn't say the picture was square.
He's to the left. Wow. It's an optical illusion. I don't know why I'm doing hand gestures. No one can see this shit. Man. So
All right, never mind.
for quality assurance purposes, we're killing Cassandra.
No, I'm just let's start. I'm gonna take Cassandra off because you don't know what she looks like, so it's kind of it's a given that you're gonna kill her. So we're gonna go with Jenny McCarthy, amputee Jenny McCarthy.
Okay.
We're gonna go with
P. Diddy Topanga.
P. Diddy Topanga, and then we're going to go with Katie Holmes. No, not Katie Holmes. Sorry, Stephanie McMahon, but Triple H is included.
Ooh.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's the one. Triple H is included. I was going to say Katie Holmes, but Tom Cruise is included, but I don't think they're together anymore. So.
No. So if I choose to kill Stephanie, am I killing Hunter too?
Yep.
Okay.
You got to kill them both, or you got to fuck them both, or you got to marry them both. It's
Wow.
a package deal. Now you can Eiffel Tower with them, so you don't ever have to.
That's what I was thinking. So there
Okay.
might be a marriage opportunity there. Wow. You know what? Since I said it, fuck it. We're marrying Steph, the billionaire's daughter. I mean, I've done shadier shit for whiskey and tacos, I guess. Let's see here. At that point now, I want to kill Jenny.
Guess up against the amputees.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
No. I'm still going to take my night with Topanga, but it's going to be full of shh, just don't talk. Shh, don't ruin this for me. Don't talk.
But she's going to moan and she's going to sound like him.
I'll gag a bitch. I don't care. And the lights have to stay on because if they go off and I hear that sound, it's going to get weird as shit. The whole night's just going to be full of shh, just don't talk. Just let me have this. Don't talk.
Oh,
And normally I would want my girl to be vocal, but in this case, just
No. Man. All right. Well, I am completely different. I couldn't do the shush thing. So sorry, Topanga, you're being offed, and this is one of those cases where I'm not going to be able to fuck her before she dies because I want nothing to do with P Diddy. So I guess I get my dick sucked. Then I would have to hear it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. Topanga's gone. Then I am going to fuck Steph. I'm on an Eiffel Tower with Triple H. I don't care if I get which end I get, but me and Triple H will Eiffel Tower Steph. And then I am going to marry Jenny McCarthy, the amputee, because it's still Jenny McCarthy. Plus, it'd be a lot easier to get a brawl off.
okay.
That's it.
I mean, I personally think you're taking Jenny McCarthy because she can't fight back. But
It might also be the case.
you're like, you can't push me away, please. Let me have you.
She's still got legs. But yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, but she can't swing her arms. She can't run that fast, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that was our top 10 chicks you would have kids with if you're masturbating to video pictures of them, got them pregnant. The last one was a long one. This one we still ran almost an hour, so thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you're still listening. I don't know.
If you're not, I don't even blame you at this point. Like, it's, but then again, if you are, welcome to the club. The amount of freaks that come out of the woodwork. And it's, it always amazes me where you have conversations like this with people you work with or friends, and none of them are people that would seriously, like, do anything terrible or anything like that. But everyone thinks about this shit. And the funny thing is like no one really talks about it outside of maybe that close knit, like 2 or 3 people that all kind of understand this is how they are.
Yeah.
And the more you really settle into conversations, and the more people come into your life and people, come out of your life, and you make friends and things like that, the more you realize everybody does the same fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just funny to, eventually, I don't know, throw it out there for the world to hear so everybody can judge you on your fucked up shit.
Fuck it. Like, we're all fucked up in the head. That's what you're basically saying. And I don't know about you, but personally, I mean, obviously you are too. I don't care what people think of me.
Yeah.
So, like,
I mean, because somewhere out there, someone's listening to this list going, yep.
exactly. 100%. I know they are. Men and women.
If there's girls out there that listen to us and going, oh God, I would so go gay for her. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I
Exactly.
fucking flicked a bean to this bitch. And, I mean, I can only imagine that, some of the females that I know have mentioned they listen to us, there would be probably something with a few of these, I'm sure. Because, girls are freaks too. Like, sometimes more freak than I thought.
Well, I guess that does it. I do want to mention, just because I don't think we've really said this since the very first episode, but every other Wednesday, so there should be like 2 a month, unless there's 3 or multiple Wednesdays in a month.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be dropping at 2 o'clock is the time that I have it set to drop. So if you're listening to this when it drops, you gotta wait another 2 weeks before another one drops. But hopefully you'll do that for us. And we are establishing some different socials, so you'll be able to reach out to us. We'll be able to message you or whatnot. Maybe get some of your top 10s that you want us to cover. Right now, those are not created, but once they are, I will announce it on here. We will announce it on here and go from there.
And yeah, the purpose of that is if you have an idea for a top 10, you can drop the idea for us to do. After a podcast drops, if you want to throw your own personal top 10 on there, I don't care. But it's not a place to proposition us to do anything outside of a top 10 list.
Yeah. Can't proposition him. I'm open. Until next time. Peace.
All right, folks, so until next time, I'm Matthew.
I'm Nathan.
And we're here reminding you to be yourself, because everyone else is taken.
So fucking inappropriate.